Let's focus on Asia now, which is likely to see a massive decline in population by 2050. And the major contributors are expected to be South Korea, Japan and China, while India, Indonesia and Pakistan are seeing a record growth in population. NDTV's Aarthi Krishnan takes us through what's happening in these Asian countries and how the demographics have changed.
Now, when I say Asia, markets and streets filled with crowds are perhaps what come to mind, as the continent is known for its growing population. Now, according to recent reports, this is likely to change. Fertility rates across developed nations have dropped. If Asia's population is shrinking, this could have both positive and negative consequences. The strain on resources would reduce, but that also means a reduction in workforce, ballooning retiree population, in turn leading to a possible economic slowdown. A drain on social services, lean tax collections and increased spending on medical services. Army recruitment of these nations are also likely to be impacted. Now, South Korea, Japan and China are majorly the nations which are contributing to the population shrink. Now, South Korea is already seeing a decline in population by 0.36%. It also has the lowest fertility rate in the world. Last year, it saw an 8% decline in fertility rate. The country has a population of 51 million, but is on track to that number being halved by the end of this century. Now, what action has been taken? Most of the population incentives brought out by the country have fallen flat. In 2006, a package of 270 billion in incentive had failed, and women coming under intense work pressure is being seen as the key disincentive. Japan, on the other hand, has seen a decline in its population by largest margin in 2023. Births in the country are at a record low, and it has seen a decline of 5.1% in births last year when compared to 2021. The population is predicted to fall below 100 million by 2053. As of now, the population of the country stands at 122 million. More people in Japan are also choosing to stay single, while in most family dynamics, the responsibility of childcare falls on the women alone. China, also once known as the most populous country in the world, is seeing its population drop by 0.15% in 2023 compared to 2022. The population has come down by 2 million people and is predicted to fall further to 1.3 billion people by 2050. It's been 7 straight years that the country has seen a decline in birth rate. It also has at least 12% of its population aged 65 years. Now, are all countries in Asia facing the same fate? Not quite. India is in fact predicted to overtake China as the most populous country, with only 6% of its population aged above 65, and the growth rate is at 1.2%, and the population is predicted to rise by 1.5 billion by 2050. Now, India's neighbor Pakistan as well sees a growth rate of 2.3%. Its population is predicted to grow 366 billion by 2050. India and Pakistan remain bright spots as Asia's working population shrinks.